Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, ET, and then Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Just about to check the sound. Sounds beautiful. I don't have much time really. I have about 15 minutes. I just wanted to say what's up to the family. It's an opportunity for some people to be able to catch me live, and mainly the message to those who will stumble across this video is that I'm looking for new learners. I'm teaching the Medu Necher so you can learn the culture of the classical African civilization of Kemet or ancient Egypt, which, despite what some clowns say, was a black civilization. I have plenty of artifacts from different museums in several countries, and we can clearly see their black African Negroid phenotype. There's no question about that. So, for quite some times, there's so many people who claim that they will take it further and learn the language so that they can learn the culture, but they don't let the effort ultimately. And it's not for everybody. And I will remind people on a regular basis that I'm indeed teaching the Medu Neter, and I've been teaching for a few years, and it goes well, and I love it. And that's one of the reasons why I've been live streaming less, because I have lessons on a very regular basis. But every now and then, I like to go live and say what's up to the family. So the people who have subscribed for a while, the majority of them are aware that I'm giving classes. But when you live stream, some people happen to just see the title, and that's also one way to get some new subscribers, new followers. And I want all the new person to know that indeed I am teaching the Medu Neter, contrary to what you might have heard. It has definitely been deciphered. There's no question about that. The grammar is actually very precise, very precise. And I can tell you that the Medu Neter is easier to learn than the Arabic, because I know some Arabic, and I can tell you also that it's easier to learn than the Hebrew, because in the Hebrew you have about 4 or 5 letters or so that has a different shape at the end of a word. But the Arabic, the majority of letters have 3 or 4 different shape at the beginning of a word, in the middle of a word, and at the end of a word, and also when it's isolated. So I can confidently say that the Medu Neter is just way easier to learn than those languages. That was just for the record. So if some of you happen not to be interested in learning the Medu Neter, you might know some people that are interested in learning it. And even though I have about 10 minutes now, I have still shared the invite link. So if somebody wants to say what's up quickly, feel free. You still have the chat, for the shy ones, because as you know, I'm I'm requiring, I am demanding, I'm requesting that the people who want to get on the panel must show their face. And you have noticed that there's a lot less participation ever since I did that. But it is what it is. It's my choice, because there's no reason to be anonymous and unidentified, especially when we are grown men and women. But if people have their reasons, it's all good. So feel free to participate in the chat. So remember, the people who have a culture, the people who have a religion, they will get familiar with the literature, with the belief, with the teaching, with the stories, or the history, for the little history that you may find with the belief systems. So I don't see any reason why we will have so many people who claim to be Kemetic, and they just know about 2, 3, or 4 Kemetic words, and the words that they know, out of the 3 or 4, they can only read one. And when I say read, is recognize if they see it written somewhere. And the only one that they can uh, recognize is the Ankh symbol. And it's a huge shame, you know. If I was to show the glyph that stands for Hotep, they will not be able to recognize it for the most part. So we have to start being ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? And remember, for those who don't know, I have a video called "Allah is not in Nubia, Temple of Ptah," because some years back a clown came up and claimed that a glyph means Allah, and guess what? People believe that. Many people believe that. That video had plenty of views. It was shared, in different message boards and stuff like that, different groups and stuff like that. So this is how low the level is, because nobody stood up to the plate to say, "Oh, this is what that symbol means." You understand what I'm saying? So every now and then we have people who show some Kemetic text or mention some Kemetic writing, and they make funky claims. They make funky claims. And the reason they can do that is because we don't have enough people who are familiar with the language so that they can come up and say, "Look, stop. This word means this. That sentence means this. What you're saying is inaccurate." You understand what I'm saying? I don't see any reason why people who claim to be Kemetic cannot be familiar with the Kemetic language, the Medu Neter. You understand what I'm saying? So it's time to get serious and don't follow trends. Don't follow trends. Don't follow people just because they are numerous. That's not the way to go about it. You have to wonder. It's in your heart, it's in your soul, it's in your spirit. Are you down for this or are you not down for this? Because some people are weak minded, and when they hear some clowns saying, "Oh, we're not Kemetic, our parents were Christians, so we should be Christians. Our parents were Muslims, so we should be Muslims," let them go about their way. You know, because if their parents, if their fathers were wearing pink thongs, that's what they will be doing today, because that's their logic. You know, you're not supposed to be into something just because your parents were into something. You should be into something because you feel like you want to be in it. There's no hurting other people by following the Kemetic tradition. Ma'at is about being good. You understand what I'm saying? So the only thing that those clowns will tell you, those who vilify Kemet, is that they will talk about the Exodus story, therefore the so-called enslavement of some Asiatics. And this is just a religious narrative. This is a theological narrative. It's not attested in history at all. Now, there were cases of war, indeed, and during those wars, you will have captives or prisoners of wars. But what they failed to tell you is that some of those prisoners actually went up in the society. So it's nothing to do with the slavery that the Africans faced, and they ended up being displaced in the Caribbeans, in America and South America. So that's really the main thing that they will use to try to vilify Kemet. The other thing is that they will talk about the different gods, and indeed there were several gods, just like you have several gods in Hinduism. But the Hindus, they have millions of practitioners. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to wonder: will I follow a path if it's accepted by so many people, or if it's accepted by the Abrahamic believers? The Abrahamic believers, um, they are not the judges of the world. They are not the rulers of the world. Many people are not Abrahamic. There's nothing wrong with not being Abrahamic. There's nothing wrong with having several deities. As a matter of fact, as we know, with Christianity or Catholicism, we hear people mentioning three deities. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, or the Father, the Son, and then the mother of the Son, or the mother of God. They'll be confused about it, but everybody have their path. You understand what I'm saying? So don't wait too long. You have that opportunity. Seize the opportunity so you can learn that culture. So you have the email address. Feel free to contact me and let me know the time slots where you are available. I'm looking for enough people to come up with a group for a class on Saturday at 11 p.m. EST. And so remember, if for whatever reason you are not interested or not ready, then feel free to let the people know who are ready that there are those classes, and it's only $10 per class. You can shop around and you will see that it is extremely affordable. All right. So Whenever I have time, I will go live and try to, say what's up to the family. But remember, it's time to get serious. When it's time to talk for hours, many people are there. But when it's time to get serious and learn a skill, and that's when you realize that people just want to talk. So thank you for all the support, all the people who support. There's plenty of videos for you to look at. As a matter of fact, I haven't been mentioning it lately, but you have the video called Kemet and Ma'at, the main video on this channel, which is Ma'at Forever. You see the address here. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell and watch the video called Kemet and Ma'at. You will learn a lot. Really, the original title is Introduction to Kemet, but I don't want to be too long about it. Over the years, I had several accounts slash. I lost thousands of subscribers, but it's all good. It is what it is. So, Kemet and Ma'at, you will learn a lot. It's less than an hour. Make sure you watch it. There's another video called Deception of Asiatic Black Men. You will learn that the Asiatic Black Men movement derived from Freemasonry. And then you have the video called White Semites Black Awakening, because one of the greatest hoax that black people have been proclaiming is that the Semites were black. And that's one of the things that's pushing us back the most. But the main reason why they claim that the Semites were black is because they are into the Abrahamic belief system, and they are trying to put themselves in the mix by doing this cultural appropriation. Because the majority of people are not familiar with archaeology. They don't know that they can go to museums and see statues and paintings of the inhabitants of those locations mentioned in those books. So the Levant, Mesopotamia, Sumer, all these areas, Canaan, Arabia, we do have statues slash paintings of the inhabitants of those places, so we can see what they looked like. We can see their phenotype, and we can clearly see that they are white skin, Caucasian type. They are not black at all. And this is a big issue to all those proclaimers of black Semites and people who claim that the patriarchs and the prophets of the beliefs, the Abrahamic belief system, were black people. It is not true at all. Not at all. So, because they know that most people are not familiar with that, many people just don't want to step into a museum and have a look at that. They are able to just cheat the people. They are able to trick the people. But it's a new day now. It's a new day. All right. So stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. Hotep. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video Kemet and Ma'at before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more. I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hana Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar, It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge. No question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.